What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of Action Sunday, back in the den. This week, I'm looking at another movie that, as I promised and it's scheduled, and that is this movie, The Bodyguard. Now, I know what you're all thinking. Really? The Bodyguard? You decided to put this into your lap? Well, to be fair, yeah, of course, I know. Everyone looks at it and be like, okay, it's more of like a dramatic, whatchamacallit, thriller with Whitney Houston. And of course, Whitney Houston just still resonates with us today. Like, X amount of years later, even though she's no longer with us. Like Dates with the Stars Day, tribute night to her. There's a movie out about her. There's a lot. And of course, we can't just it feels like there's something about her that just resonates with everyone today. She's a part of pop culture. She's a part of music in general. But, of course, why not this one? This is The Bodyguard. This, to me, it's like one of her biggest and her only big movie credit, in my opinion, that she's ever done. And, of course, and let's take a look at it. And here's something I'm going to admit now. I never saw this movie until my wife asked me, hey, do you feel like watching The Bodyguard? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I never saw it. And of course, she was shocked. So... And, of course, to steal a line from Caitlin, before he was John Dutton, he was Frank Farmer, the former Secret Service agent turned bodyguard to protect Whitney Houston in this movie. Yeah, this is one of those, okay, it has a great premise, a very somewhat realistic storyline, because if you kind of think about it, the price of fame comes with is just a little dangerous. It's like people want to come after you, people want to get you, all that and crazy stuff. So what's the best thing? You have a bodyguard to make sure that you're safe, make sure your home is safe, your property is safe, everything. And of course, with this movie, man, the story just amps up as the story goes on. It's like, who's sending these threatening death messages to Whitney Houston? Who's doing this? And like, my goodness. And again, not when it comes to action, it's few and far between. But when there is some great tense moments, it just really works. And man, Kevin Costner just brings it. And his role as Frank Farmer was just perfect in every way. And the fact that because of this role, he and Whitney Houston were close friends, which is insane. I'm like, wow, shows you the type of craft that this guy does. All right. But yeah, again, for the first time for me ever seeing this movie, I liked it. At times I felt there was times I thought it was dragged a little bit. But of course, again, I think they were trying to cram an action thriller storyline as long as a bit of an R&B musical kind of thing, because you could definitely tell there were elements that you could see this movie turning into a musical at some point, which I think there was. I don't know. If I'm wrong, tell me about it. But yeah, and also the fact that there was enough that they wanted to make a sequel tells you something that I did not know. It's the power of movie and power of box office receipts, and the fact they had the script. They have a script that's out there, but you know what happened with Whitney Houston? She's obviously no longer with us, but again, it's there. We could probably pick it up, but again, the magic's not going to be the same without Whitney Houston. And the fact that that there's the movie still leaves you some questions, how do they go from here after once all said and done? Who's really pulling the trigger behind the scenes? But yeah, I'm not going to tell you much, but yeah, again, for anybody who's never seen The Bodyguard, except for me up to that point, but man, good stuff all around. When it comes to star power, outside are two great leads. You had Bill Hobbs. He's in this movie, and Mike Starr. Of course, I had to give love to that guy because I remember him as Pooter the Clown and Uncle Buck, as well as in being in so many other movies, including Dumb and Dumber. So yeah, gotta give love to that guy. Outside of that, not much else when it comes to star power, but you can definitely feel that the right players, the right time, and the casting for this movie was perfect for everything. And the fact that people still talk about this movie to this day, people still say it has the best soundtrack, and yeah, no shit. Whitney Houston practically wrote wrote the whole soundtrack, sang it, performed it, you named it. And there's so many good songs that people will always say, yep, that's the Bodyguard for you. Again, I'm not big on you, Whitney Houston. Shoot me, even though my mom actually went to high school with her. Yes, if anybody did not know, that's the truth. I am not making it up. If you want me to, I'll do a behind the scenes video, telling you the truth about that. But beside the point, the Bodyguard still will go down in history as a classic. Is incredible. Like when it comes to like storytelling and good character building, it works. When it comes to action, like and excitement, it's there. But if you're expecting explosions, very minimal or gunfights, because again, they're trying to this is more of the thriller. They're trying to build the tension. They're trying to set and give the suspense. Try not to tell you who's the real guy peeking behind the curtain. But then when you finally figure out who it is, you're shocked. You're shocked, and you're like, oh, now it's personal, kind of thing. But yeah, other than that, it's a fine movie. Give this movie a watch if you've never ever seen this before. But to me, this is it the best movie I've seen? Far from it. To me, it is definitely one of Kevin Costner's best when it comes to like into this genre. I think I don't know. Maybe someday I'll do like a deep dive and give you guys my thoughts on like does it still hold up, and like is this one of the best action movies? I don't know. Again, that's a big up for debate thing. All right. So with that in mind, I'm going to give The Bodyguard. I'm going to give this a 7.5 out of 10. I want to rate a little higher because for a couple of things, but my only problem is I felt like again two different worlds trying to build the action and throw suspense as well as doing the other story arc of course, Whitney Houston's character, which, of course, again, great on her part because she does do it, even though I find at times her acting is just a tad wooden, but, of course, don't shoot me for that one, all right? So, yeah, those are my thoughts. Give this movie a watch. Don't miss this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for some more awesome and exciting content, folks.